trying not to suck at the January late season, part 2. Plan today, I still have that one camera, so I'm really hoping I can find a location for the camera, but also I want to refresh that scrape. I put the camera over. I have some DH3. That's by the Deer Hunter podcast. Kevin Vistison, his mock scrape system. So I got a bag of that, courtesy of a OSU fan buddy who lost the big game. So he owed me a thing of DH3. So, yeah, gonna refresh that scrape with that. Hopefully that pulls in some deer because I haven't gotten a single deer on camera yet there. And hopefully find another spot to put a camera. That is my plan for today. I got about 2-3 hours that I can walk around. Well, some kid lost their Christmas present. Firefly drone system. Are drones registered? 'Cause that'd be cool to be like, hey, find your drone. Here you go. Totally would return it because I know they can be quite expensive. So here we are, the scrape. Camera's up there. No tracks in it, which wasn't I wasn't expecting any. So scratched up, get a little bit fresh dirt in there. I got my DH3 I'm gonna put down on the licking branch here. Yeah, about thigh-high rub there. Following this rub line back, I'm heading to this second spot that I'm going to. The peninsula's a Y, and I went to the right, to the east, and that's where I found that massive rub I took a picture next to. But this time I went left, and I am finding thigh-high rubs and a rub line. That was like number 5 or 6. That's following this transition line right next to me. So I'm thinking that the buck is cruising this way as well. So it only makes sense. But definitely being a little bit more vigilant and slow walking, vigilant looking to try to find these rubs, to try to map it out. Pretty consistent along the transition, so it's not terrible, not terribly hard, and they're pretty high, like thigh high, so which is a mature buck around here, so it's a good sign. Definitely a good sign that something's moving through here, just don't know when. Here's a good sign. So I just scratched this one up, so it was not too fresh. All this is all broken, which is good. Look out, Tess. Look out. This looks like it's an old scrape, and the dogs are going nuts over these branches, so that's good. But what I first saw was this one here. This one's fresh. You see deer tracks in it. Licking branch right there. So you use a DH3 on this one. And what's interesting about this is going that way, there's a nice big deer trail. So that deer trail goes behind me, and I am on that same transition line as the last clip on that rub line. There's a couple scrapes at the last funnel back that way, and back this way is that original big scrape that I put my camera over. It's between, this peninsula kind of ends on a point, and then it gets really deep in the swamp, and that's where the other point is, where that scrape is. So I think this is a big travel corridor through here for this buck. So I'm gonna refresh in these 2 scrapes here. I don't think I'm gonna drop a camera because the other one is so close. I think if they're gonna hit this one, they're gonna hit that one as well. Complete guess, it could be risky. Could be very risky, but because I could miss something. But I don't want to put two cameras this close together when I'm, exploring thousands and thousands of acres, So I'm gonna keep the camera in the pack for now, refresh these and move on. All right, refreshing those two. And now I'm heading back out the way that I came in, and I'm gonna circle around. So I came from that way. Those two scrapes are that way. And I don't know, since I'm hunting it next week, like 8 days from now, I don't wanna go back there if I don't have to. So I'm gonna loop back this way. It kind of goes off to a point to the north a little bit. So that's what I'll check out. Being a little conservative, since I'm going to be hunting it next weekend. Potentially could hunt it. We're going to be in this area. I don't know if we'll be at this exact spot though. If this was spring, I'd be for sure going in there. I wouldn't care, because there'd be no chance that I would hunt it. So I wouldn't be risking anything. Now could be risking something, so just being mindful of that. Found another one. There's a rub right on that tree as well. Looks like one deer print in there, but can't tell how old it is. Pretty washed out. There's a trail camera over there too, which is a big bummer. Big bummer. This looks like a good spot, so it looped around, and there's definitely activity in here. Definitely a good spot. But I wonder what these paint marks. I've seen these paint marks a couple of times. There's one there, and that one right there. There's some up ahead too, which is weird. But camera really bums me out. It is what it is though. So I forgot to show that. It's a homemade ground blind, bush blind, filled with trash, of course. And that's the second one that I found, similar fashion. Pop cans and water bottles. So I got all that shit cleared up, because he's apparently too lazy to carry it out with him. But I've seen that a couple of times, and at that other spot where the main scrape was all those clear-cut limbs, and there's a bunch of clear-cut limbs there too. So that's the same person that just doesn't care to follow the rules. Some people ruin Mother Nature and our public land, and it's unfortunate. People take it for granted. So I'm in the middle of the CRP field. And when the grass is tall, when it's going to be like spring and summer, early fall, wow, that's a tall rub. I just saw that right there. I'll show you in a second. When all this is up tall, the deer can't really see over top of it, right? Because they're only about that high. These sort of navigational beacons, obviously they can see this big pine tree. So I'm going to kind of filter through here, and there's trails going every which way. There's a scrape right here. Here's a rub. So these are going to be kind of those travel beacons that they're going to pull in. Obviously, it's all rubbed up too. So this is going to be a good spot to keep in mind. Here's that rub. Wow, these tine marks are deep. This is holding my arm straight out. I wonder if this is that same buck. Could be, because this is tall. This is shoulder high. This is my shoulder right here. That's big. That's over waist there. These are nice, man. Holy cow. This is tore up horizontal rub here. That's cool. Now this can be the hard part. So here's the pine tree. Those are the rubs right over my shoulder. And I'm on this trail. It's like, okay, which way do I go? It's like a spokes of a wheel. There's trails all around this tree. But I'm on this trail that heads straight to those rubs. Those rubs are right there. Directly behind me are those rubs. So if you walked in on this trail, that's what he would hit. I think, I don't know. So I'm just taking my best educated guess on that. Yeah, there's beds under all these little trees here. So I'm walking this way. Could be wrong, but there's like 5 other choices to pick from. See if I can find another one of these guys' rubs. Big boy. Got a trail camera here. And I was like, oh, that branch looks different. It's because it's cut off. See that right in the center? Mock scrape underneath it. So put the camera there to monitor the activity through here. Pretty smart. Shouldn't be breaking limbs, but it's a good setup. Of course, it started to rain, so I didn't film any of the hottest sign that I found. Always works out that way, right? But I left that big pine tree area and followed that trail, found that trail camera with the mock scrape, circled around it. Man, I'm glad I did. Because I came into this other clearing that looked interesting, and it had a tree in the middle of it. And sure enough, there was a scrape in it, kind of that same CRP type deal. The main trail running right through it. And at the end, where I hit the woodlot, there was a big white oak tree that had 3 or 4 scrapes underneath it, and then kept following the trail, and I found like 3 or 4 more. So it was a really big scrape line. They all looked very old because they were covered in leaves, but one had, and I'll post a picture of it, and I'm not sure how good it'll show through, but one had like dirt particles or whatever you want to call it, like when you scratch dirt, on top of the leaves, which it's been raining, so you would think that the leaves would get washed off by now. And it had tracks in it. So makes me think that it's maybe fresh, maybe still being used. I did not refresh it, and I did not put up a camera over it because I don't have a camera lock. I don't know where my other one is. I assumed that it was in my bag, but it's not, and that's on me for not being prepared. That could, cost me finding a late season buck. I don't know, or it could be like the other scrape where there's nothing on it. So I didn't want to walk the mile back to get my camera, after that scrape that I freshened to walking out, so I left it as is, and I didn't want to leave an unlocked camera there because Bubba Beer Can that has been all through there, I'm assuming is still in that area because I saw a bunch of clean cut sticks on the trail. So I know that he's been walking through there, and there's an old lockbox, trail cam lockbox. It's freaking lag bolted to the tree. There was nothing in it. It was rusty, so it's old. But there's a bunch of beer cans back there and stuff. So I'm thinking Bubba Beer Can is seeing that buck sign, trying to hunt that buck sign, but isn't the most ethical hunter, let's say. Doesn't follow the rules, that sort of thing. So I didn't want to leave an unlocked camera in there because I do not trust someone like that. I think today's mobile hunter, serious mobile hunter, are a little bit more ethical and honest than old Bubba there. But so if it wasn't for all of his trail cameras around, I would have left mine. And there wasn't a spot to hang it high either. So if I could have got it, 15 feet off the ground, something like that, it would have been fine. I probably would have put it there, but it wasn't a good tree for that. So it's unfortunate because it was a really, really, really good spot, and I really wanted to monitor it. That would have been a perfect spot to monitor. Dang it. Guess I need to do a gear check when I get home. Bums me out, man. Part 2 day 2. Oh, it's Sunday the 31st. Didn't get a chance to get out yesterday, but I am getting out today. And there's snow, so that's cool. I like that. Finally, just a little bit. Just enough to see some fresh tracks, I hope. Definitely colder today. So I got the warmer jacket on. And picked up a lock for my camera. Ooh. There we go. Nice little rub. Picked up a lock for my camera. Ooh, another rub. So I can actually hang that instead of being an idiot. Well, there's another rub. So there's 3 right here. Right off the freaking road. So I'm gonna put my phone away and look around. So all out there is a big bowl of marsh. And same that way. So this point right here, it gets nice and skinny all through here. Major trail cutting across here. Come down here a little bit. Another major trail. So this is going to be like that pinch point where the path of least resistance. The deer don't have to cross very much marsh and water. Over there is impassable. Kind of over there is impassable. So they get concentrated here. Putting a camera, one of these to monitor this trail. And then over here would be another smart one. Somehow put a camera to monitor this. Because you have that tree, that tree, that tree, all you can hunt. That would cover kind of both of these trails. But you need to know when they're moving through, if it's at night or during daylight or what. Stuff like this where you have a tree, kind of a big tree, then some scrub brush here, and then especially out here where you have all that there and then all that there. That's going to be, I'm assuming it's going to be bedding. It's going to be good bedding. But the stuff that I'm on, it's a bog. And oh yeah, here's a nice thick trail that goes right out there. And this bog is very hard to walk on when it's not frozen, because you just never know where it's going to give out and if there's a bottom or not. So I don't think they're bedding here now because it's pretty open. So, and it's not very much high ground. So I'm going to wait till it freezes, then I'm going to go check it out, but not right now. So I made it up to this thick patch here that was in that marsh. There's a bit of a high ground that I found to come on out, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a buck bed in this area. It's not very big, which is good. There's exit trails kind of everywhere. I just came in on one. There's one right there. Looks to be a bed there. And there's rubs all throughout. You got a bed there, old rub behind me, fresh rub right there, old rub right there. Yeah, I'm gonna mark this. Definitely marking this area to come check out, to map all the exit trails and everything for early season. I don't think he's living in here now. The cattails are, well, it's too wet. It's pretty wet, it's not as high. I didn't see any fresh tracks or fresh poop or anything like that. So don't think he's living here, but there's just bedding throughout all this. Here's another fresh rub right there. A couple beds under those trees. It's a pretty cool area. I bet you there's gonna be more there. Yeah. Gotta get isolated. That one way is impassable with the bog. I didn't trust it. It's what keeps deer safe, keeps people out. But You just gotta walk and figure out how to get out here. Or wait till it freezes. Then plan your setups when it freezes. So this whole thing here is a big white oak island. And I was looking for like scraped up leaves on the ground and stuff, but I never found any. So I don't know if this spot dropped acorns this year or if they're all gone by now. Could be either one, but I'm gonna come back in the summer, see if these are producing or not, because this would be a bombshell spot to set up on. So I've been following this trail out from that oak island. I ran into this. So we got the trail coming out. I'm gonna go that way next. But we actually have fresh tracks. Look at that. They're small, but it's something. Right direction. Yeah, look at this. This is nice. A lot of tracks. Decent doe tracks too. So, this can be a hunting spot. I'm feeling it. I'm gonna put a camera here. So I think they're moving through here. And that tree, right there, looks like a good one. Monitor this trail. It's a nice thick trail. I like this. I like this a lot. Cool. So here I am up in the tree. I'm monitoring this trail. It's one that has fresh tracks on it. It's actually a rub over here, a really fresh rub. It's still green, so I think they're still moving through here. Hard part is, where do I hunt it? You know, you got that tree, you got this tree, you got this tree that I'm sitting in, but obviously they're walking underneath. They're heading back. I think they're heading back there, you know, so I can get up in the birch, maybe that pine tree, you know, so there's a couple different options, but I gotta let this camera do the talking to see where they're going when they're coming through here. I think they still are, so I just gotta figure it out when. So here's the birch that I'm at. So I'm standing at the birch that I'd be hunting. That tree's where my camera is, and that trail comes right out here. So yeah, this birch, this is gonna be the tree. I marked another one over there just in case the wind was bad. But that's a good setup. I'm confident in that one. I'm hopeful. As long as they're moving through there. They're moving through there and I can get them on camera and it's during daylight. I am confident with that tree. Feels good. I mean, look at these trails. Like, they're wild. Super easy to walk through in here. So I'm assuming that they're still very active in here. Seems like it. Cool little spot. So I followed those tracks up. The road noise is really loud here. To this little pine area. This is where the snow comes in, because like that looks like a bed. This looks like a bed. This looks like a bed. It's kind of matted down, clear of snow. So I'm wondering if this like ridgetop area, now it's got a lot of pine, so it's got thermal cover. I wonder if this is a bedding area. Fresh shrub right there. Huh. Marking this too. Oh, you just never know. That little hole right there. I'm just walking. This is all solid ground. This is all just solid ground right here that I'm walking on. And this is why you gotta be so careful. That, just one boot print right in. And it went that deep and I didn't feel the bottom. My knee hit right there. If my knee wouldn't have hit, I would have gone into my waist. Just that little bit. Jeez. So at the edge of this marsh here, thick trail that I just came in full of tracks. There's another one that I didn't walk, but they meet right here and they go that way. This is all like this pine scrub brush stuff. So I'm gonna mark this as a ground spot, tuck up into here. Hopefully over the road noise, you can hear them coming. But it'd be obviously really quick, really close. But I think this is a spot too. I am excited. That that was the best fresh sign that I've seen out of the 4 days. I'm up to probably 10 miles or so, or I will be at 10 miles after today. And it's that first trail that I have seen that's actually, seems like it's being used recently. Fresh tracks, that is. So, I mean, a couple small buck tracks, but nothing major. But my goals have shifted. I'm not trying to kill a big mature buck. Obviously, wouldn't say no, but I just need deer. I need young deer, old deer, big deer, small deer, anything but a fawn is going down because I need meat. So I got that camera in one location. I got the ground spot, second location, and then I marked where on the other side of the marsh where all the trails came back together for the third location. So overall, very, very happy. I think this has been, oh, that's a dead deer carcass. I think this has been the most productive scouting session so far. Yeah. Wonder if it was, I wouldn't expect it to be roadkill. This is technically a road. Technically this is, ooh, that's a fresh track. I want to follow that in a second. Technically this is a road, but there's only one house at the dead end of it, so it's essentially a very long public driveway. So I just found this fresh track right here, and I'm gonna try to follow it. So I saw these two fresh tracks on the side of the road. This looks like the buck imprint here and here, and then it's splayed out, and then it's not splayed. Like it might have jumped, and then the next foot. And then you can see kind of, but it looks like there's another one, and then it's hard, so it peters out. But it comes right into this, right where that deer carcass is actually. And I have a pin that was up here that I forgot about, that I just checked. So I'm gonna head up this way. Kind of seems to be a little trail here. So I'm gonna see why I dropped a pin up here. And that track kind of confirmed that pin might be good. We'll see. This is an interesting spot. So all the grass is kind of laid down. We got a bed. We got a bed. Bed, 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 bed. There's a hare. Remember, does bed in groups. Here's a hare. Hare. So this was reused relatively not too long ago. But right there, right there is a nice rub and a scrape. A couple rubs that way. So I'm wondering if that buck was cruising through here, scent checking this doe bedding area. And all that, I would think though, I mean, this is still a little tall, but it doesn't seem like it would give enough cover. This looks like a bed. Maybe, maybe not. Littered with trails though. I mean, big trails through here. I'm surprised there's not more rubs and scrapes. I mean, this is a huge trail. Those are all the beds were. This is big, big trail. Old rub. It's kind of tore up a little bit in here. There's a rub. There's another one right around here that was pretty nice too. And it's all tore up. I think they might be using this right now. I'd want to see more hairs in the bed. Wow, look at this briar. Look how thick that is. Holy cow. Jeez, that would hurt. This is a monster briar. Booner briars out here. Here's that rubbin'. Not very high. Looks like they're scraping it up a little bit too. But this trail right here leads right to that bedding. Right here. And we got tracks and everything. Huh. Well, that wraps up part 2. Finally found some good sign. I'm excited for those 3 spots that I found, that Eric and I are going to be hunting next weekend. So it seems like I might actually be on some deer. Very, very excited. I'm happy. Finally feeling confident about one of these spots. Legs are tired, I'm tired. Time to chill out for the rest of the day. Happy New Year. Hopefully I can stay awake till midnight tonight. Doubt it. It'll be 10 o'clock and I'll be in bed like normal. Yeah, that's it.